Hi students, it's Mr. Olden here again with another video. This video is just going to cover some of the important information or tips that are going to help both you and your teachers going forward. I just want to start by saying that we're so proud and impressed with the beginning of the remote learning experience and the way that you have embraced using Teams and other platforms for your learning. You may have read Mr. Patton's message that he sent out Friday afternoon through email and through Facebook. The first issue that I'm going to address is Compass. Some people seem to have been kicked out of their account and they're getting a notification that looks like this when they try to log in. All you need to do is check your school email and look for the verification code that they send you and then plug that one in next time you try to go into Compass. If you use Compass to get to your student email, just go to office.com and log in that way and you'll be able to access your school email. Now moving on to Microsoft Teams. Teams has been fantastic so far in the 3 days that we've been using it, and I'm sure that all teachers and students will agree that the enhanced communication through Teams has certainly benefited everyone. One thing that I want people to be really aware of is the fact that when a meeting is set, that students don't need to go in and start a new meeting. Just wait until the big join button pops up on the post, and then hit join and wait for your teachers there. We had a few incidents where people were creating their own meetings and there were more than one going on at once, creating a bit of confusion. This post here also shows how if the teacher has recorded a meeting because they've explained some important things, it pops up below. So you can see we've got the meeting recording there. Some of your teachers may also make these available in other areas. So if you miss class or if you want to go back to look at something, it's handy to be able to access those recordings. The next thing that I want to have a look at on Teams is spamming of threads on our Teams channels. If your teacher posts something where they want you to reply to it, please make sure you hit the reply button before you write your reply to them. What you can see here is an example of Friday period 1 where I had Year 8 Geography posting what their favourite thing is to eat as a way of me checking that they were online, and people were creating their own post. So we don't want to start a new conversation down the bottom. We first want to hit reply and then we want to pop that up in there. An example of how this should look is in Miss Markham's Year 7 class. So she asked a similar question and all students, there are 24 replies, all within this thread, and you can see how it's nice and contained to just this one post box. So if I go looking for information on a page, I don't have to scroll up and down for ages trying to find it, because if we spam our threads, we're going to bury some important information. So it helps us keep everything nice and contained. While we're here, it's important to point out that we have what are known as channels, and in those channels, it's basically where we sort our different topics. So if you've got questions about different topics, or if it's just a general question, make sure you select the appropriate channel before you post it. The next thing I wanted to point out is that if you write something on a Teams thread, your teacher won't automatically get a notification to see it, because there's a lot of different posts that go on, and if there was a notification each time, that would mean that it would be constantly going off and it would be really hard to get work done. So this student here, as an example, has tagged Miss Markham because he wanted to get her attention and ask a question. And by tagging that, Miss Markham got a notification. She was able to come here and give her reply to that one. So make sure that if you need your teacher's attention, you tag them. And you tag them by using the @ symbol, the same way you would do it on something like Instagram or Facebook. So you type the @ symbol and then you select the student or teacher whose attention you are needing. Related to our Teams is our protocols for the use of Microsoft Teams, so our rules. These have been freshly posted to everyone on your Compass newsfeed, and it's important that we are complying with our protocols and our rules all the time that we are using Microsoft Teams. We don't want students posting silly things, muting other people, using inappropriate profile pictures, that sort of thing. So here is a clear set of rules, that we should be following, and if we're not, then action will be taken by learning community leaders and their teams, or the principal team if needed. So please make sure you're doing the right thing. Understand that Teams is used for education. You've got your social channels with your Facebook, your texting, your Instagram, Snapchat, those sorts of things. So leave that sort of stuff there and just really focus on school with the use of Microsoft Teams. Because we're the system administrators, we're actually able to go in as a college and see anything that's taking place on Teams, okay, whether it's between student and student or student and teachers. Okay, so just be aware that we're posting appropriate things at all time, even if that's in the chat or even if that's in a recorded video. For classes that are using OneNote Class Notebook, I've had a few reports that students have had trouble finding their notebooks that their teachers have shared with them. If we come to the Office dash at office.com, we choose OneNote from here, you want to click on Class Notebooks, and that's where you'll get the list of class notebooks that your teachers have added you to in order to do your work in those. So please make sure you come here if you're not sure where to find yours. Lastly, please make sure that you're referring to Compass for each lesson for the information that you need. We're getting people that are posting, what are we doing today in Teams, and they haven't gone and had a look in Compass. So please make sure the first thing you do is to check Compass. We've had a great start to the term. Please make sure you look after yourself, give yourself a brain break between class, go outside, get off your screen, read a book, eat something healthy, drink some water, do all these sorts of things so that you can keep your mind and your body fresh for your learning. Thanks everyone.